How long has it been since the orthotic was placed in your mouth?
4, 5, about 5 weeks.
Okay, okay. And from your perspective, I know you felt some benefits like kind of right off the bat. As soon as the orthotic was placed in your mouth, there were some changes at that point, and that's not uncommon.
Right.
But what I'm hearing you say is that from that point on, there's been some continual change.
Yeah. From within a week of that, for me, the noticeable thing would be the sensations in my hand, meaning hot, cold, that came back.
So before, you weren't able to discern that?
With my right hand, I didn't feel heat or coldness for years.
Yes.
Probably a couple of years. I would get burned really burned. I had no idea if anything was super hot or if it was boiling or anything. I mean, it just was numb. And that came back within that first week. The sensation in my upper thigh area came back within a couple of days, and I think we were talking about even in my foot, I felt coldness again within 3 days of having the orthotic, which is amazing. The neck has never came back. The neck pain that we had referred to earlier, which disappeared that first day.
In the chair.
In the chair, yeah. It has not been back since.
And you had made the comment to me that you didn't want to say something right away to the doctor, but that you, to Dr. Lawler, but you really wanted to get up out of the chair as fast as you could to see if it was for real or not. To see if it was just
fake or not, or if it was just because I was in the dentist chair for so long and I was relaxed. But then I really wanted to get up and say, man, is this going to come back? And it has not one time came back at all. Driving home that night, we referred to, I was able to, I usually always would tilt my head this way just to give it some, relieve the tension. But I drove home and I noticed I could be like normal again within, an hour of that, which is amazing. Which is good. It's all good. Sleeping's been better. She can talk more about the snoring and all of that, but
very much. Okay, the first night there was such an enormous change. I didn't even want to sleep myself because I kept watching him sleep so much and wanted to check on him. But previously, I had no doubts that he had sleep apnea. He would breathe a very deep snoring breath 2 or 3 times, and then the big gulp. And the big gulp held there for a few seconds, and then he'd start breathing again. But it was to the point to where I would be awakened by the snoring, the gulps, and oftentimes thinking, is he going to breathe again? Because it was held for so long. But that very first night, his breathing was so mild, steady, relaxed sounding. Never once heard any gulps for breath or any stops in the breathing cycle. The very first night.
She didn't get cash to life insurance, and it was quick now, Doc.
So, but honestly, I was lacking sleep the first 3 nights because I was just so amazed by it all that I stayed awake to watch him.
Sleep for the first time in a long time.
And just to really try to follow it.
The other 2 pronounced things I'm thinking of right now would be I think you referred to it as belly breathing.
Yes.
That's, I've noticed, I can take a cleansing breath again. And then the second thing would be the sinus issue, which is, to me, that's another, I see a big benefit because, I'm not even taking Claritin anymore. I forgot to tell you that. I haven't needed it. So that's because in the mornings it was just so congested, and she called it my hack and my clearing of the throat.
Spitting, having to spit so much drainage out.
That's gone. So, it clears the bell.
But still, to this point, we know that if he takes the mouthpieces out, that within just
minutes.
Within a few short minutes,
start hearing,
the noisy nasal stuff starts going on. You get the hack and it's a half cough.
Yeah.
Clear the throat.
I don't need to do that anymore. And my colleagues at work have noticed that. They said, "Man, you don't even do that anymore."
it really truly was to the point that if he was sitting in a meeting or sitting in a small group at church or through church services, he didn't realize it, but it was a very noticeable sound because he couldn't control it and it was noisy. But it's gone completely.
Totally gone.
I'm assuming with the better sleep, you're feeling better during the daytime in terms of energy levels?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I like to think so. I mean, she could probably judge it more, but I know when I used to come home from work, you know, I'd be just beat, just physically, mentally. It was just a fight to stay, you know, I try to be as positive as I can all day long around kids, and I was just worn out. But now, I mean, I'm doing things I couldn't do with the kids again, and, you know, with her again, and it's...
Yeah, because, I mean, the truth was, if he could make it through the work day, that was it.
That was an accomplishment, yeah.
So any other running around as far as after-school activities for the kids, going over to do something with the families, going out to go shopping.
It was a chore.
Yeah. And speaking of that, that's something else that's a good reminder. When we would go shopping, just to make a quick run to Target, he wanted so badly to go in with us because, I mean, he is a wonderful family man and loves to be with his kids.
Oh, yeah.
And he would want to go in with us, and he would push himself and get into the store, but that was it. We would make it back to that first aisle that we were going to start looking for a certain item, and he knew he couldn't do it and would have to go back to the car and wait on us.
Or lean on the cart or you know, something.
So our going out in the evenings for fun or going shopping meant that he would go with us and drive us and drop us off at the door.
Which was big for, you know, I'd say, I'll drop you off the door and I'll pick you up. But that was, for me, that was my way of contributing. But now I can go in and join the, well, I don't know, shopping's fun. But I can go in and join the crowd again. So
Yeah.
that's been a plus. It's just little things that you don't even, you know, it's like when something hurts in your body for the first time, you didn't even realize you had it until it started hurting. Well, that's what I'm realizing with this. It's just life's coming back. You know, the petals are starting to bloom again on things that I haven't even been able to do for a long time.
Yeah, for a long time.